Yeah, we have a very special guest today, someone who knows the importance of cancer screenings. Rebecca Cressman from FM 100 is here with us. And maybe you can start just by talking about, I don't know, the big milestone you recently reached.
The big milestone. This is the first time I've ever gonged a gong.
There you go.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer, and part of the treatment is first surgery, at least for me, and then it was chemo. And on Friday, I finished my last chemo up at Huntsman. And yeah, they have you bang that gong. It was really loud. I just want to let it have. I'm so done with chemo. And that's an important milestone to feel like in this journey I've completed another step.
A lot of your listeners have been following your journey on social media. Maybe take us back to when you found out you had cancer. How did you find out, and what was your start of that journey?
Yeah, I appreciate that, and my heart goes out to anyone who's had a diagnosis of cancer. It's all different. Everybody's is a different experience, but how mine was found is an experience I'd like to have a lot of other women also have. That same one. If you're gonna find it, I'd like for you to find it before you can feel it. Mammograms give you that ability. And so for me, I was going into a routine mammogram. 19 years of mammograms since my mom passed away from breast cancer and my grandmother did, and great-grandmother. I knew that it was important for me from a young age to start. So I was going in and went in for the mammogram. You get a little letter in the mail, only this letter didn't say everything was okay. It said that you have architectural distortion with associated microcalcifications. And I'm like, wow, something is structurally different. Within a few days, they called me back. They did a close-up mammogram, sent me down the hall for an ultrasound. And then while laying on the table, I could see the tumor on the screen. And I remember touching the hand of the radiation tech, or the ultrasound tech, and saying, it's okay. I know what that is. I can see it. And at least they don't always know yet if it's cancer, but I could see it. And then the radiologist came in and did what's called a core biopsy, and they take some samples of tissue literally out of you, out of the tumor that they're seeing, or the possible tumor, and send it to a lab. And I thought it'd be 3 to 5 days, but I got a call within 48 hours saying it's cancer.
That is just so hard to hear, but really such a great story of where you can catch it and how you can catch it early. You're an advocate for this mobile clinic for people, you know, getting out there and getting to the help that they need.
Yeah, and that's, I think the thing is that often we are so busy in life, and we'll say, okay, I've got enough time to go to the emergency room if my child is sick, but I don't have 30 minutes to get a mammogram because probably I won't get it. And what I've been trying to share with our listeners, and they've been sharing back, is your life is so important to the people in your world. Take 30 minutes, get screened, because if we can find on a mammogram, find it when it's small, we have a much greater chance of treating it. Your treatment's easier, you know, the overall survivability is higher. So don't let fear or being busy put your life on the line. Get it done. And if I can do it, you can do this.
Right.
Yeah, a good message, maybe especially as we head into the holidays and things get busy.
Yeah, and you're by your family. I mean, maybe
Right,
a perfect topic to bring up over the holidays.
In fact, people have thought it was interesting that I always say to people, you know, are you taking care of yourself? How are you? And then if it's a woman, I say, have you had your mammogram this year? And that might be a life-saving question to have. Just to make to someone you care about. It might be your sister, it might be a spouse, an aunt. Don't feel uncomfortable, because you could trigger her and inspire her to get screened and find something that she can treat now, and that can save a life. So that's a good question to ask at Thanksgiving.
And it's so important too, because you know your family history, you know your mother had cancer, your grandmother. It's important to know these things. So maybe start asking questions and see, you know, what is in your family line.
Because, you know, rather than just pass the stuffing, although that's an important one.
Right.
And you know, footballs, that's on there, but talking family history and our medical history is important, because I think it's about 10% of women with breast cancer, it comes from their family line. The rest of us, the other group, 90%, it just happens to be because you're a woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
And men too as well can be impacted
Very small
by this,
percentage,
right?
but you're right, men as well.
Right.
So I'm glad you guys had me on. Sorry,
Rebecca,
it's so casual.
it's
wintry and snowy outside.
You
You guys
guys
look so sharp.
We appreciate it. We're so cheering you on. We're so excited for you and sharing this message, because you have so many people, you know, looking up to you, and to have that reach is just so important. We appreciate you sharing your story.
Thank you. I'm going to do another gong after radiation.
Perfect.
You might hear it.
Yes, we
all
will.
the way down here in the KSL broadcast.
We will be listening.
Thank you for having me as a guest.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as
For
well.
sure.